Can we get the young fella to the pod? Somebody we know very well.
Yeah.
Played for PG Elite. Young hooper in his own right. Fresh off making the Big Ten All-American team. Please welcome Jase Richardson to Podcast P.
Hey, welcome,
what's up,
Jace.
young fella?
What up?
Where he at? Hold on, let me fix my
There
camera.
he go.
I don't see him. There he. Okay, he right next to him. Okay, he got the hair. His daddy don't got the hair. Okay, I couldn't see.
What's up, youngin? How the process going? Talk to us. How the process going over there?
Man, it's been great. Just going through the combine, working out with these guys. Just going through the process. It's been fun. Just ready to do these team workouts.
So I know teams have, I know they have their positives, they have their strengths, they have their weaknesses. What are you going into these draft workouts? Listen, this is what I want to prove to everybody, that for whatever they didn't see me do enough of this in college. How are you kind of approaching these workouts when they come?
For me, on my size, a lot of people have been questioning like what position I really play, because at Michigan State, I was really the 2 guard. So just trying to come into these workouts and just prove like that I played the point. Like I could be a point guard in the league, be an IQ player, make plays for teammates, make plays for myself, just be a high IQ player.
Yeah, that's how I know you, because I got a chance to watch you. Shout out you playing for PG Elite, putting my program on the map. But I got a chance to watch.
Don't that make you feel old, bro? You about to have one of your students in the league about to play against him, man. Walking on OG status, P.
It does.
Story mode, Paul George.
Right. But you know what? It was just a great feeling, just because it was like, yo, that's one of the kids that was from my program. Like, it was amazing following y'all journey at Michigan State, following y'all tournament run, just because of, I know that kid. That kid represented PG Elite, and kind of lifted the program off the ground and got us off to where we're at now. So it was a fun journey for me just to watch you and sit back and be a fan of what you've done. But I know you could play the point. That's why when I see is he a pure point? Can he play the one? It's like, well, shit, y'all, that motherfucker can score. But if y'all knew he really was a point guard, like, so man, I'm excited for you, bro. I can't wait till you really get to roll the ball out and the team gets to hand you the keys and you get to show what you can do.
I can't wait.
I was Paul's point guard back in the day in AAU. I just want to. I'm being serious. I just want you to know that.
Nobody cares, Dad.
I just want you to know that. Like, just to be clear.
He ain't asked that.
He didn't ask that question. You didn't make it.
Jackie's stupid, bro.
But look, check it out, Jace. You both played at Michigan State, obviously, and we know Tom Izzo is a demanding type of coach. I want to hear how you both felt about your time under Izzo.
Well, I enjoyed it. I already knew kind of coming in what it was going to be. I mean, I've had somebody that went through it for 2 years, so I already knew what I was walking into. And he's demanding, but it comes with love. It comes with love.
Right.
Like he's like everything he says is out of love. He doesn't care about you. He cares way more about you off the court than he does on the court. So whatever he says on the court, you really got to take with a grain of salt, because he really truly cares for who you are as a young man.
See, he got the old school Twilight years, Izzo.
Yeah, I
got the more rugged Izzo, where it was yelling, grabbing you in your face. But what he said is all true. It was never personal. Even though he's demanded, it was for the best of you. He always tried to pull the best out of you, and it worked. It helped my career tremendously going to Michigan State. I could have went to any college in the country besides Duke and North Carolina that I would have probably been start. I was All-American, top 5 in my class. But I knew at Michigan State I was going to learn from a guy that, he's very demanding, is going to help me get to the next level. And I had 2 pros there, Mateen Cleaves and Morris Peterson, that I could learn from. So I was coming off the bench, but I knew I had to be there because it was going to help me get to the next level.
Mm-hmm. Jace, I know you were heavily recruited as well. Like, how far along did you know, like, I want to follow Pop's footstep, Michigan State's where I want to be? How far along in the process did you know you wanted to go to Michigan State as well?
Probably 4 days before I committed. So I'm going through the process. I get to my top 3. It was Alabama, Cincinnati, and Michigan State. So I'm kind of just doing pros and cons and like just going through every school. And I think a week or 2 before I committed, I told my parents, I'm like, I'm probably going to go to Alabama. Like, that was the word. So I go to my Michigan State visit, and it's during grind week where all the players come back, all the pros come back, and we just have a great weekend. Like everybody plays, and I'm like, I can't pass this up.
Mm-hmm.
I get to learn from all these great guys who've been through it. You know, I'm over here learning from Cassius Winston and Mateen Cleaves. Like those are two great point guards. So I'm like, I have to, like, he's got a lot underneath his belt. I need to go here. And so I think I told him like 2 days before I committed I wanted to go. I was like, this is a spot for me. Like, I feel like I can learn. I can be myself. I can play my game.
I love this, Jay. You seem like you've been a great father for a long time. Got these kids getting ready for the league, man. So this next question is for Jace, but I know you probably got a hell of a answer for this. But I want to ask Jace, man, with the draft coming up, I got to ask you this. If I was the GM of a lottery team, why should I draft Jase Richardson? What is he bringing to my team? And we don't want you to answer this, Pop, because we know. You know you got a lot to say about yourself. But Jace, talk to me.
I think one of the biggest things is leadership. I feel like for me, being a young guy, I always try to be as vocal as possible. So it doesn't matter who's on my team. I'm always trying to be, loudest dude in there, trying to be vocal, trying to lead. I feel like I'm a high IQ player. I feel like I make my teammates better, make myself better in the game, just reading different situations.
How you like Don?
Man, he be killing us.
Don tough.
But I tell people, because now it's usually like 5-6 guys together for the first month and a half. I had Don just by myself.
Ooh.
And that shit was like hell week. It was just me and him. And then guys slowly started to trickle down, like, Jordan Crawford, Damian James, Luke Herringody. They started to come down later into the summer, but it was me for like a month and a half, boy.
But that's tough with Don.
I was in shape, I tell you that.
Yeah, he ran too.
Yeah. I was the best one in shape.
I got to ask this. You got two Richardsons up here, and y'all both ball. So I got to ask this question. How many times have you and your pops played 1-on-1? And have you ever beat him, Jace? And if you, and I just want to say, and if you did, how long did it take, man?
I think we first played 1-on-1 my sophomore year. I got whooped. I definitely got whooped. And then I think I played my junior year. And that was for real. He's going to say it wasn't for real.
It wasn't for real, man.
It was for real. And I beat him by 2.
It wasn't for real.
He's not gonna say it was. He's not gonna give me credit for it.
He was coming. He was a little hurt at the time, so I didn't want to kill his confidence.
Boost his confidence.
I was being the father, doing the father thing like I was supposed to do. I'm supposed to let him give him some confidence going in there, man. But we haven't played one since, so I'm gonna let y'all know that.
Okay. You got Jackson. You got your other son, Jason. Like y'all got a basketball family. Like, do y'all play ones? Y'all play 21s? Do you like shooting games? Well, I know y'all competitive.
So my wife, she actually played college basketball too at University of Colorado Springs, and it was a little bit. I think it was during COVID.
That and like a little bit before that.
A little bit before COVID, we were playing 2-on-2. It was me and my wife versus Jason and Jackson, and they put out the deal like, "Hey, if we win, we get an iPhone. We get a new iPhone." And so me and my wife was like, And to start the game off, it was family fun. And I'm gonna tell you, by the end of the game, the neighbors thought we were crazy. I'm arguing with my wife. She let Jace score. Jackson and Jason arguing because Jackson taking crazy shots.
Yeah.
Jason trying to tip dunk on me. I'm like, it got out of hand. Like, I don't think we could ever do this again because it was that bad. It was a lot of yelling going on.
Yeah.
But we end up letting them win, and they got new iPhones. But it was a wild night for the Richardson household.
I love it.
That's funny.
Whoop his ass, Jace. Don't be easy on him. His ass.